Good morning. Good morning, sixth grade. How are you guys? Taylor, not a nice way to start the week. Taylor, you got to keep in mind this is still school related. All right, dear. If something's wrong, you can tell someone, but no need to take it out on the class. I have a warm up here that is going to help us get ready for the new task that we're going to set up today. The warm-ups that you've been doing have actually prepared you for this one as well. Hi, Brian. Hi, Taylor. Hi, Brian, Janelle, and Kareem. I don't know why I said Brian twice. I'm sorry. It's early. Okay. So let me make sure that you understand the warm-up first, and then I'm going to make sure that you understand this task. If there are about, okay, it's not an exact amount. If you look it up in Google, you can get us an exact amount. That would be interesting. I would appreciate that. I think that would be really good information. But if there's approximately, okay, if we just go with approximately 8 kilometers in 5 miles, okay, this is km for kilometers, mi for miles. 8 kilometers in 5 miles. If that's the rate that we are given, I want you to find both unit rates. There are 2 unit rates here. I don't know if you remember. Hopefully you do, because we did unit rates in Unit 2. Another strong connecting piece, which you guys have been doing very well with, by the way. I would like you to find both unit rates. Do not look the unit rates up. The only thing that I'm okay with you looking up is the actual exact conversion of 8 kilometers. How many miles is 8 kilometers? I'm okay with you looking that up because I think it's interesting to find at least what the accurate number is. But for both unit rates, you should be choosing a model that we've learned about. When using unit rates, there are at least 2 models that we've discussed in Unit 2. We're in Unit 3 now, and we're applying those models to converting units, right? It says let's convert measurements to different units, okay? And that's what we've kind of been doing that. We haven't just been comparing them, we've also been converting them. So as soon as you have your answer, I would like you to please put it in chat and then tell us how you got it. And then the rest of chat, you are not just sitting idly by, you're going to actually tell us if you agree or disagree with the person. All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. How are we doing? Any questions yet? All right, let's see if chatting a question will help. Chat, question mark. Any questions or answers? I want to know if anybody has questions or answers yet for the warm up. You guys are kind of quiet. Do you guys know what two models I was referring to? Hi, Brian. Brian, we're on the warm up right now. If there are about 8 kilometers and 5 miles, I'm asking you to find both unit rates. Last week in class, you guys were able to connect Unit 3 to Unit 2 with a model. What was that model? Okay, well, that's all right. So, all right, well, that's okay, but I need an answer, like a legit answer. Okay, so get me an answer and tell me how you found it. And for you guys, I'm looking for what model you're going to use for this. Okay. Okay, that's why I'm trying to lead you guys. I'm trying to guide you guys. Last week, we connected Unit 3, which was looking at converting measurements. And we connected it to what we learned in Unit 2. You guys showed me a model, right? You connected it. As a matter of fact, Brian, oh, it was you. Right? So what model did you use to connect this work with Unit 2's work? Anybody? Hi, Jesus. Anybody? We're supposed to have 7 people here in chat, so any of the 7 should be able to answer. What model did we use to connect Unit 3 and Unit 2? And Brian O is the one who came up with it last week, and we used it twice. He brought it up last Monday, we used it Monday, and we used it Thursday. A table. Okay, yes, that's true. We used a table because, and let's see if I could get both of them on here. Okay. In a table, we were using tables to compare what? Good morning, Fergie. What were we using tables to compare in Unit 2? Or using it to represent in Unit 2? Unit rates is true. What else? I'm looking for another word. Okay, so let's, yes, we did. Unit rates. But something else. Okay, yes, that's it. Unit rates and what? What? 2 words. Okay, Kareem, you could try giving us an answer and telling us what you did. Absolutely. And then we'll see if we can connect it to the table. That would be cool. Equivalent ratios, that's right. We used tables and double number lines to represent unit rates and equivalent ratios in Unit 2. And that's not going away in Unit 3 if we're building on it. So if we're looking at equivalent ratios, what are the 2 units that I'm comparing in this warm-up? What are the 2 units or the 2 quantities that we're comparing in this problem? All right, I'll ask again in case you guys didn't hear me. What are the 2 units that we're comparing in the warm-up? Because table of equivalent ratios, we're supposed to be comparing 2 or more quantities. What are the 2 quantities we're comparing? I'm asking what are the 2 quantities that we're comparing here in the table? If we are using a table to represent equivalent ratios, then we're comparing 2 or more quantities. Now I've designed this because we're comparing 2. What are the 2 quantities that we're comparing in this problem? Okay, we're leave the number part out of it. We are only comparing kilometers and miles. Kilometers and miles. But they did give us 8 and 5, right? So we do put that in the table, 8 and 5. Now, they are looking for unit rates. What are unit rates? Yes, your prediction was correct, Brian. I divided 8 and 5 and got 1.6, and then I checked my answer and multiplied. Kareem, You got to be really careful here, man, because that's a good explanation, but you're not telling us any units, so those numbers don't mean anything. When you say you divide, you have to tell us what you divided what by what. All right? The value. Unit rate, okay, the value for what? Unit rate is the value for unit rate is asking the question, what is the value for what? Fill in the blank. For what? No, not for an equivalent ratio, but yes, these are, you guys could see this. I put the equivalent ratios in here for you, Brian. I'm asking you guys now to make sense out of what they're looking for. They're looking for unit rates, and Taylor said it's the value. And yes, it's the value for what? You have to be more specific. Unit rate is asking the question, how much for, or what is the value for what? Anybody? Unit rate is asking what is the value for blank. Yes, I'm here, dear. You guys do know, come on, unit rate. It answers the question, how much for, all right, let's put that up here too. Unit rate, how much for blank, blank, blank. One word, 3 letters. How much for, and value is another way of saying how much, right? If you know its value, then you know how much. Equivalent value, and she did not say anything, so I'm not sure. No. No. Nope. Why would we hear you? I don't understand. You guys can hear me right now, right? I understand the question now. Did you hear me? That's pretty funny. Yeah. Nani? Okay. All right. Now, can we do it for real? Yeah. I just figured that out. No problem. Unit rates answer the question, how much for blank? One word, 3 letters. Come on. I'm not telling you. You got to figure it out, guys. Nobody still? Unit? You guys, I mean, I guess if you want to look this one up, you can, but I don't want to tell you. You got to figure it out on your own. A unit rate answers the question, how much for blank? And it's right here. One word, 3 letters. Oh, wow. Jesus, I'm so sorry. When did this happen? No, I wasn't trying to imply that you guys are slow. I just I don't want to spend too much time on this because I have to set up the next task. It's not going to take long, so we have time. It's okay. Same as the male, he died a couple of weeks ago. Wait, so you lost both of them? Wow. Wow, I'm really, really sorry about that. I hope, were they really close? Is it kind of like one passed away and the other one couldn't take it, so the other one passed away too? Aww. Wow. I'm really sorry, Jesus. Well, do you have pictures of the parrots so that you can like look back and remember some really nice, fun, good things about them? What is the first letter? Um, Actually, Taylor, I think you do sympathy because your first reaction was like, "Oh, that's tough," and only someone who can empathize with someone else would say that that's tough or recognize that that's tough. So maybe you don't do sympathy, but you do empathy, and that's still cool. Um, uh, it's a 3 letter word. I don't want to give you a letter. Just look it up. What does a unit rate tell us? And it should say it answers the question how much for. And if it doesn't, you could pretty much figure it out with the description. Come on. I don't want to. You don't want to look it up? Tell me, please. It will help a lot. Um, are you guys really asking me for the answer? Ugh. Major disappointment and bummer. Come on. You can do this. What if I change the word? What if I change the word from unit rate to unit price? What would that unit price tell me? It would tell me how much for... Good morning, Wyman. First, have you guys heard the song Gooba? Stay on topic, please. Who asked that? Brian Hernandez. Shame, shame, shame. Stay on topic, sir. Unless it's a math song, it has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. Or unless it talks about unit rates or unit prices. And incidentally, that was your next clue. So, oh, I knew that. No, I didn't. Okay. How much? Okay, so Royman asked for a clue, but I had already given you guys a clue, and then at the same time that he asked, I actually gave you a second clue. Unit rates, answer the question, how much for blank? It's a 3-letter word. It's only one word. And then I said, okay, if you're not getting it like that, what if I change the word here to unit price? A unit price tells me how much for... I'm asking Kareem what a unit rate or unit price tells us. It tells us how much for what. And it's right here, blank. 3-letter word. And I also told you guys you could look up what a unit rate or unit price is to help out. Good morning, Annalise. Unit price is money. It'll tell us how much for blank. Come on. You know, I think you guys actually know, and you're just pulling my leg. Yes, Taylor. Yes, you go, girl. You go, girl. Let's put that up here. How much for 1? Beautiful. It tells us how much for 1. Okay, now the reason why Miss Leggett really needed you to answer that question is because if we're going to use a table to show the quantity comparison here between kilometers and miles, and this is the information that they gave us. This is the information that they're looking for. How much for 1 kilometer? How much for 1 mile? And this is what I need you to figure out. And Kareem had said that he thinks he has one of the answers. And Brian O said, I'm pretty sure its answers are going to be in decimals or fractions. Yes, it was Brian O. So if you guys in chat right now, you are allowed to use a calculator today. So if you would please find out how many miles are in 1 kilometer. And remember that this was an estimate. This is not exact. If you want exact, you could Google it. But we're not going for exact right now. Because in the beginning, it says there are about 8 kilometers in 5. I was waiting for someone to look it up to give us an idea about how many miles are truly in 8 kilometers, but no one has answered me yet. Maybe that's what Brian O meant about a fraction or decimal. Maybe I misunderstood, not sure. What Brian O, you're not disappointed that Taylor got it. Are you? We should celebrate that. It's good that she figured it out. Okay, Brian Hernandez thinks that this is 0.62 miles for 1 kilometer. Now, Kareem, you had gotten an answer earlier by dividing, not by using a table, and I wanted to compare it to what people got here. So I'm looking for that answer right now. You said that you got 1.6, but you didn't tell me 1.6 what? You have to attach units to your answer, buddy. Let's see. It looks like we have some different answers. 0.62 and 8.04. Okay. So please attach units to your answers. Okay, kilometers. So you think that 8.04672 kilometers belongs here, Royman. And Brian think that 0.062 belongs here for miles. Am I answering this correctly so far? You guys think that it's 0.62 here and 8.046. I mean, if we're estimating because it says about, then I would just put the 8. And but okay, I'll do that. Does that answer make sense? How could they be both? Kareem, you have to tell us specifically what you divided. All you did was say, I divided 8 and 5. You're not telling us, did you do 8 divided by 5? Did you do 5 divided by 8? And when you got your answer and you said 1.6, you didn't even tell me what kind of units you were talking about. Okay, don't use and, don't use that, and don't do that. You need to use the word by. 8 divided by 5. 5 divided by 8. It tells us the order, and that's what you've got to do. And then you've got to tell us, what is this? You didn't tell us, is this miles? Is this kilometers? You have to attach meaning behind everything you write. Otherwise, it does not show understanding. And it doesn't tell us anything about what we're supposed to do. 1.6 km for the 1 mile. Okay, so Brian O, I guess you disagree with this and you think that it should actually be 1.6. Okay, I need more people to tell me if they agree or disagree with anything, please. And also, please tell me what you guys did. 1.6 for kilometers, and you got to pick one. You're saying for kilometers and for M. And first of all, M is meters. We're dealing with kilometers and miles, so watch the typos, guys. You gotta pick one. You can't have them be both. Okay, Kareem, what do you think it is? And let's focus on one at a time. Let's focus right here first. All right? So let's put this one away for now, because I don't want there to be confusion in chat. With the table, how would we find this answer? I get 1.6 for each. Okay, each what, buddy? You gotta pick one. You can't. You have to pick a unit. Are you talking about this one? Is this where your answer goes? Because you would say then 1.6 miles. Is this where your answer goes? Because then you would say 1.6 kilometers. Anybody? How did you guys get this number right here? So we're gonna focus on this one right now so we don't get confused. When we have this one, we'll go to this one. Okay, no problem, Kareem. Then when we get here, since it's 1.6 kilometers, we're gonna start with you. We'll put the 1.6 here, and then we'll find out how you got that. Right now, I want to decide how people got the 0.62. What did you guys do? And do people agree or disagree? Nobody? Guys? Do you agree with this number, and how did you get it? Or did I miss it? Because I know I saw two people, right? Wait, let's see. I believe it is 0.625. Okay. All right, so let's put that here. And Kareem, how did you get that? And that, okay, for miles, use MI. When you only do M, is called meters. How'd you get that, buddy? By dividing 5 to 8. Okay, you got to be careful with how you're saying this. I just told you, you have to say something divided by something. All right, what was the numerator? What was the numerator, or what was on the left? He probably means MI. It's supposed to be MI, not ML. ML is millimeters. Someone, and Kareem or anyone can answer. If you're going to divide, what's the numerator, what's on the left? That's what I'm asking right now. Okay, we only have 5 minutes left, guys. I need you to answer the question. Kareem is saying that he divided. He divided in order to get the 0.625. I need you to tell me what you divided. What by what? Not with, not and, not to. I said by. Okay? You have to say something by something. Something by something. Right? That tells us what order to do it in. 5 miles divided by 8. That would mean 5 divided by 8 or 5 divided by 8. And you can say kilometers, miles, kilometers, miles. Okay. Now, if that's true, let's test it out using the table. How do I get from here to here? I would divide by 8, right? And for equivalent ratios, you're supposed to be dividing or multiplying by the same thing over and over again. So 5 divided by 8, this is correct, right? Well, this is correct too, it's just a different way to write it. So we would say 5 kilometers divided by 8 miles. And that tells us that this is the numerator and that this is the denominator. And if we drew a table, we would be modeling 8 divided by 8 is 1, 5 divided by 8 is actually 0.625. So nice job there. Now I'm ready for this one. Kareem had started off by saying, well, I think that it's 1.6. So let's test it. Let's use the same logic. 5 divided by 5 gives us 1. Does 8 divided by 5 give us 1.6? Let's test it out. Let's try 8 divided by 5 and see if it gives us 1.6. 8 kilometers divided by the number 5. What do we get? Kareem, you do get 1.6? Yes, you do. Nice job, man. 1.6. So this is correct also. Nice job. So thank you, Kareem. Thank you, Taylor. You guys came up with some really important things here. Thank you, Brian O. Thank you for anyone else who participated earlier. This stuff right here does not happen without you. So thank you very much. Okay, we are down to our last 2 minutes, and that's okay because tomorrow, by the end of the day, you have this task that's due. I just posted it in Google Classroom. It is called, I will show you. It is from the same book, Unit 3. It is called Veterinary Weights. It is from Lesson 4, Activity 3. And I believe that based on what you did here and what you did last week, you guys are ready. So please do your best and think about a model and how you're going to, number 1, calculate each animal's weight. Now, it says to explain or show your reasoning. So please, 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 do not just give me answers. Do not just say there are 1.6 kilometers in 1 mile. show me or tell me what you did. Describe it like you're describing a story. So for example, and I know we have to stop, I'll make it quick. If I wanted to describe what we just did, I would say to you, or I would write down that if I'm looking for a unit rate, it means how much for one. So I created a table. I put kilometers on one side and miles on the other, since those are the two quantities we're comparing. And I found the factor that if I multiply it by one set of the ratio, I get the other. So for example, 1 times 8 is 8. 0.625 times 8 will give me 5. I found it by division, but I know that equivalent ratios uses numerical factors. Okay? Something like that. You have to explain. Any questions? I will post this video with the assignment so that people have something to go by. All right? You guys have a great day. If you have any questions, put it here in chat or email me, please, or post it on the classroom.